Hello, John.
Hello, Oliver.
And today you're going to give us your 7 or 8 points that you think will increase vocations in the Catholic Church.
Correct. And we've we've just discussed there in the previous video about the Holy Family and what we had to say about that, and the couple of little poems I read about St. Albert Plunkett Parish Garden. So we're on the same kind of we're on the same journey, if you like, and this is about the Catholic Church and a shortage of vocations to the Catholic Church and priests, and the shortage to the nuns, and also the shortage to various religious and organisations. And indeed, even the lack of people going to Mass on a Sunday or any other day for that matter, except Christmas. So here's my suggestions, because let's face it, the bishops have taken a kind of a vow of silence, and they don't give the encouragement to the Catholics what they should do, etc. And so this is the Christian Jobs Action Party and John Malone coming up with some suggestions. There's little or no vocations, dwindling attendance and collections. Some of them are trying to put in this kind of cashless business, and that's a bit of a cod. Now, so here's my solutions to try and do something about it. Confessions, which is a sacrament in every church after daily Mass, where daily Mass is, and at set times every Saturday. Which used to be the way when I was young and for many years thereafter. And as a matter of fact, when we were young and we might have had that many sins, but we went to confession once a week. Now at least people are supposed to go at least once a year, but it's suggested that they go once a month, because if they don't water the plants in the garden that they might have planted for a month, they'll probably die, same as your faith will die. So, confessions. The bishop should instruct the priest to have confessions, which is a sacrament, very little used in most churches, only by request, which is wrong. Now, it should be also organised by the priests and by committed Catholics, visits to lapsed Catholics, by the priests and committed lay people, to try and bring them back, because your purpose in life is to save your soul. You're in life for a short period, but you're in eternity forever. So it's always as well to try and prepare while you have time, and not let the cares of the world, the thorns, if you like, keep you too occupied. The next one, more relevant sermons, or homilies as they call them now, and about the current situation that exists in this country. For example, the abortion and the same-sex marriage, the erosion of marriages between a man and a woman, and the family, the prays together, stays together. There's no point in having all material things and no faith. You're just wasting your time. Bishops and priests to speak out more forcefully on this secular anti-Catholic Christian government and media. Now, there was an article about, I'll be speaking about it later on, that the RTE did a 2-part series about the famous liberator Daniel O'Connell. There was such a marvellous Catholic and brought Catholic emancipation, which is the practice of the Catholic faith, in 1829, and got it in the UK as well, because when he was elected to that miserable parliament, or what they call the mother of parliaments, isn't he? And because when he saw the oath he had to take, denying his Catholic faith, he refused to do it. And by the process got the Catholic emancipation for those unfortunate Catholics in England that were persecuted as well, the same as here. Now, so bishops and priests to speak out and not be so silent when there was no debate in Dáil Éireann during these referendums. They should have at least have spoken out forcefully, and they didn't. They'll have to pay for that eventually when they meet their maker. Their silence during the referendums were a dereliction of duty, of their duty, with the present awful consequences. Return in every parish a Latin Mass with the priest facing the altar and a Gregorian choir. Latin was the universal language of the Catholic Church in my youth and was portrayed as such as being the most important aspect of the Catholic Church, and the fact that the priests wore their clerical garb and nuns wore their clerical habits, distinguishing them from the Protestant sects. 32,000 of them at the last count throughout the world. 32 different Protestant sects, religions, or they wouldn't call them a religion. Now, the Latin Mass was eroded in this country after Vatican II, but it should be permitted if a few people want it in every diocese and every parish in the country. It might, wherever it's practiced, especially in the US now, it's practiced much more, and in other places, there are plenty of vocations and plenty of people attending, because people need something. Have yearly missions as in the past to refresh the faith. I am in a parish for the past nearly 20 years, and I think there's only been one mission. That's a dereliction of duty. Missions is what's the lifeblood of the fact. Now, the Rosary and Benediction, as in the past. Every week there was a Rosary and Benediction, and hymns in Latin. And the Rosary lasted usually half an hour. And we had to go to it when we were young, but it left a good mark, it left a good impression, and that's been done away with. That hasn't happened for years. And here's another thing that never happened for years, and it was a great way of keeping people kind of in a straight and narrow. There was a men's and women's sodalities. Now that should be reinstated as in the past, and which occurred every month with confessions included. Catholicism could be described as Catholic life. Now, the thing about the sodalities was that men went every month, and then in a fortnight's time, then it was the women's time, and just women went. So they got instructions about what would be necessary for them to do, and all got confession. So it helped family life. Now, not in all cases, because some people they don't listen to what's spoken, but they were all well attended. My father went to those, my mother went to those. Now, they were stopped after Vatican II. So if you don't nourish the plant, how are you going to, this is where the lapsed Catholics are coming from. You've got to sort of do what was worked in the past, not what some of the unfortunate silent bishops come out with, as if the past was some kind of a dictatorial sort of place, a priesthood or some other old nonsense that they come out with. Far from it. There was vocation to the holy priesthood in this country, that there was at least a parish priest and 2 cures, maybe 3, in every parish of any size at all. And there was nuns given the education, Sisters of Mercy, Loretta sisters and various other sisters and Presentation brothers, all given the education, and given a blinking good education. And no thanks for the secular crowd today for what they got. So they'd want to kind of bring some of these things back and give credit and praise to these people, and not be so silent and as if like it never happened, and describing it in bad terms. They know nothing about it. They didn't grow up in those periods, and I did, and it was a lot better than it is now. This is the most destructive, what would I call it, barbaric age that one could possibly be living in, or what they're doing with the abortion and the other evils that they're trying wouldn't like to be with them because what they've done and what they've inflicted, it can't be undone, but it will be undone because it won't last. They'll be shown up for the barbarians that they were to bring it in, but it behoves John Malone and the Christian on Jobs Action Party, the pro-life movement and other committed ones to keep fighting to have these things done, because it wouldn't be good in time to come as if nobody did anything.
Thank you very much, John.